What is up, everybody? Jersey here from Window Cleaning Resource, and this is the morning meeting. We haven't done these in a couple days. It's been a interestingly trying time. If you're here in the room, say what's up. Tell me where you're at. Tell me what your weather is. We're at 77 degrees today here in North Carolina, so pretty excited about that. Even if I sit in my office all day, I'm pretty stinking excited about that. But anyway, what's up to everybody? Hopefully everybody out there is being safe, and hopefully you are now officially bored of being at home and looking for things to do better in your business. Which, by the way, is the big story that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about what are you doing to be awesome? Yes, Mike Nichols, I lost my razor. You know what it is? Actually? It's somebody said they were doing that for quarantine something facial hair thing. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to do that because you know what? It doesn't matter. I can't grow facial hair very well anyway. And I always wanted to look like Mike Nichols, by the way. What's up, TG? What's going on, man? What's up? By the way, awesome. He's officially one of the cool kids. So that's very, very cool. Mr. Bobby Walker, what's going on, man? What's up? By the way, to Bobby Walker, who just got his licensing classes he was doing. I thought about doing that, man. All of our stuff is closed. I wanted to do that while this break was happening because I figured what better time than now to do that. So I thought you were right on. But anyway, what big things are you guys doing this year? That's what I want to know. I know Bobby Walker, for the most part, very vocal about it, but he is going to be big time this year. He is going to hit the Double Comma Club this year. So that's awesome. Congrats to Bobby Walker on that. Pew pew. Exactly. So that's awesome. Growth is going to be huge for a lot of guys. But here's the thing. We know that this is all going to be ending soon. I just saw a tweet from President Trump talking about some states are opening back up. Other countries are opening back up. It's going to be one of those things that is going to happen very, very quickly, and we're going to be ready for it. I already talked to somebody earlier today. If Anthony, if he's listening, Anthony Vox, super cool kid. He is already getting booked up a couple jobs a day for the next few weeks. So that's stinking cool. A lot of guys are starting to kind of get back to work, and hopefully all this prep and things you guys have been doing during the downtime is going to be killer for when this all kind of comes back. Bobby Walker said, I hope so. We are ahead of pace before the pandemic, but it hit us very hard. That's the big thing. So here's the big question. I love you guys chime in, by the way. That's why we do these. But did the pandemic stop everything and then we're going to see it in the year end? Or are we going to have like a crazy busy spring when all this is said and done? Nobody knows. So obviously all the answers are just guesses, but what do you think is going to happen? Do you think that spring stuff that trajectory was going before this whole Corona stuff happened, is it going to stop and then all of a sudden start back up slowly and we're going to see that in our end numbers? Or are we going to still be above where we wanted to be? It's interesting. Again, this is all brand new for everybody. So I don't know what is going to happen here, but I really do think that this year is going to be from when this all ends. You're talking like the month of May, June is going to be our spring. It's going to be later. It's just going to be crazy all the way through fall, And I really just think that that's going to happen. I'm hoping, obviously, when you guys are busy, we're busy. That's great for everybody. But listen, the other thing is that we have a lot of vested interest in you guys as people. And somebody had said this on one of the forums, which I thought was pretty crappy. But they said that, of course, you guys are talking about positive and this is going to end and all that because you just want to make more money. Well, first off, I could give two dumps if I make money in anything, right? Obviously, we all need money to live and all that, but that's not my goal for any of this stuff. There are companies out there, especially small businesses, window cleaners, pressure washers, who are going to have life-changing lacks of money, like life-changing. Guys are dropping out of the industry. Guys are selling equipment. Guys may be getting into this industry because they got out of a job. Like, that's the most important part. We're talking about thousands of window cleaners. I'm just one person. I could care about myself. If you think that we're doing all this stuff to be selfish, that's, you are totally allowed to have your opinion. But obviously, if you guys are working, we're working. But I need to see you guys succeed. I have a lot of really good friendships in the industry, and it sucks to hear 10 times a day about how hard it is for people. It's really, really, really sucky, because usually I'm the type of guy who tries to give every type of positive message and information. Hey, how can I help you? How can I help you? I can't help during this. So for anybody who thinks we're doing this because you're selfish, you're entitled to your opinions, but that's not it. Not even a little bit. Steve, by the way, if you haven't met at Cost Steve, he is just 5'1" of just pure joy. He is such a nice guy to talk to. He has I was going to try to walk out the short joke, but he's got the printing service is amazing, but he's just so good to deal with. So if you haven't talked to him, at Cost Printing, anything, that's at Cost Printing Steve, by the way. Super, super awesome guy. Some of the best hats in the industry, by the way. But he said that my business has been picking up, thankfully. Our customers are a little scared, a little less scared than they were a few weeks ago. And if you guys watch Nation, the Window Cleaning Podcast, of course, there's my plug. But if you watch that, that's what we talked about. This whole thing is not because of people being scared they're going to die. This whole thing, especially us in economy, what we're doing business-wise, is people uncertain. They don't know what's going to happen. If you don't know what's going to happen, you're uncertain, you're not buying. If you're not buying, that's just what's happening. So that's the big thing, is if you are just losing customers and things, it's a temporary hold, but it's because people aren't certain. They're just not confident. That's what Steve was talking about. Super, super smart guy, by the way. Adam just said, I think storefront work will jump and residential will pick up and become normal. So good. I like that, Adam. That's what I think is going to happen. I really do think that it's all going to come back. Now, if you listen to anything that the Squeegee Life Podcast guys are talking about, they think this is going to be a really slow kind of get back up. It may be for some of the commercial things, but here's the thing that everybody needs to think about. If you're a restaurant, if you made money or not, you still have to get back into being a restaurant. No one's coming to your place if it looks like a dumpster, right? So all these cleaning services are still going to have to go on. They have to have the windows done. They still have to look amazing. It still has to look like a clean place that you want to eat. So I think that all these restaurants are going to come back just as quick as ever. Again, I know nothing. I know nothing more than any of you guys do, but I really do think that we're going to see that jump come back up, and I really hope that we're all really right on that. Mike Nichols, best beard in the industry, says, half my customers are freaked out and the other half are business as usual. I did get sprayed with Lysol and told to come back in a there's one of those things. The big thing that you want to say when you go and do a job, don't go there and go, excuse me, can I do your windows? Just start working if you're doing commercial work, right? If they're if they're closed, it's a little bit tougher. That's where you want to talk. But if the place is still open, even if they're doing pickup, walkout, carryout, do it. Do the windows. They still need to have this stuff done. You still can't have a restaurant looking like garbage. And another fact, I'm talking fast, by the way. I didn't even have coffee today. But another fact is that the health inspector comes. So on restaurants, anything with food preparation, a health inspector still has to come and inspect a place. And if the windows look like garbage, they're going to get hit with that. So you still have to remember that that's all there. So I'm really just hoping that it's going awesome. By the way, if you're watching the video, just go ahead and give us a thumbs up or a smiley face or a sad face or some kind of interaction. It helps us with these videos. But hopefully everything's going back. And Jay said, yeah, his big thing is he's going to keep producing quality results. Yes, I mean, you still have to hedge yourself into a certain direction, even if there's a stutter in the road. And as small business owners, I've been in the business for 15 years, which is not as long as some of you. But I can tell you that every single year, every quarter, you're going to run into stumbles. You're going to hit speed bumps. I went through 2008's recession. I lost the biggest accounts I've had. I've put eggs in one basket. I've gotten the largest job that I do a year. This happened a few years ago. I called up we were all done. I got the site cleared. I had 5 guys subbing in with our guys. We had like 11 or 12 on the building. And we always just get paid credit card right after. No big deal, right? I could float for a week. They called and they were like, oh, we changed to 90 days. I said, what? They changed to 90-day pay. So I had to wait for 90 days. I had to float that payroll for 90 days. Like, those are little speed bumps that come in. COVID just happens to be the biggest thing we've ever gone through. And we all know we can make it through. We just have to be strong. The mental side of it is what's really going to keep us through. Monarch just said, like you predicted, Jersey, the second season boom is coming. I love it. Second spring is coming. I really do think that that's going to be a thing. We're getting calls now that the rain is over and people are just tired of being stuck at home with dirty windows. Yeah, exactly. And by the way, if you guys look down right there, it's backwards. There you go. That no contact company, that's what we talked about a couple weeks ago. Now, IWCA, if they heard it from me or not, I don't know or care, but they created that little logo and it's pretty awesome. This time, to keep people happy and comfortable in making those purchases, they have to know that you're a no contact company. They just have to know that right now. So Monarch, I really like that. Steve said, they've been scared to spend any money on anything, and I totally understand it. That's exactly it. It's not the fear of anything but uncertainty. I don't know, just like you guys don't know where your next paycheck is. What is it going to be? How much is it? Is it going to pay for anything? So with the uncertainty of when this ends, which we know we're getting closer, now we're a couple of weeks away from the end of the month, we know that it's getting there. And that's why I think the confidence in purchasing is coming back. The other thing to remember, and I do want you guys to go ahead and comment on this, because this is an awesome debate, I think. But the stimulus check, if and when that happens, it's to stimulate the economy. They need to spend that money. Now, some people are going to use it for bills. I completely understand that. Obviously, if bills are needed, pay those first. But what about the people who are our clients that have disposable income? Now they have that extra money. They need to spend it. Maybe we're the people they want to spend it on. Maybe there's some services they need to get done that they didn't get done before, like a roof cleaning and a pressure. Maybe they're just getting everything done. How do we talk to them about that? Now, if somebody out there thinks that I'm shady for saying that, understand that a stimulus check works to stimulate the economy. It doesn't necessarily need to be used to pay bills. It doesn't need to be used for one specific thing, because here's the thing. If I take that money, say I got $1,200, and I pay bills or I buy something, it's still coming out of my checking account. I still have money. Now, if you have $0 in your checking account, you put the $1,200, then whatever you're buying is coming out of that $1,200. I completely get that. But we may be the ones that are the recipients of this. How do we get on top of that? How do we let people know that we're there for that? Getting back to comfortable and people wanting to buy is going to be huge. That's the big thing. As soon as people get less scared, like Steve said, the better off everything will be. The faster it'll all come back. Mike the Glass Guy, the coolest window cleaner. Skateboarding window cleaner and everything. He said, very thankful I'm staying busy at this time and the wife is able to work from home. That's the other thing. Some of us have double incomes, which is great. Some of us do not. And that hurts. The big thing here in the U.S., and by the way, if anybody else is watching from out of the country, which I know Giano is, through the names, I don't know if I saw anybody else, but our healthcare is always connected, for the most part, to work. So if you have somebody that is working, that may be where your healthcare is. My wife works; she's a nurse, and my insurance is held through her. So one less thing for us to worry about. But if there's guys out there who are the only breadwinners in their family, the wife works for the company, everything's in that one company, and that company's taking a hit. Man, I wish I could say more to you guys, but hang in there. It's coming back, man. It's coming back. Monarch, like you said, It's coming back. And here at WCR, we've noticed a big uptick in the past week of people where for us, it was down, 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 and now it's on the way back up. If it's on the way back up, that means people are starting to see the end. They're starting to get books. They're starting to get calls. They're starting to get people ready to do this. If they're buying supplies, that means it's across the country. It's coming. So it's good news for everybody. It really, really is. Joe, what's up, man? Mr. Vega himself, I said, that's the truth. Just showing up and clean the windows, collect payment as usual. If you ask, can I clean your windows? The owner can always have the option to say no. Let me iterate on that. Now, I've talked about this a bunch of times again in the podcast. Now, if you are, let me keep that up so you guys can read that. But if you are going to somebody's place and you're giving them a bid, every time you give them the chance to say no, when you ask a question, it's prompting a yes or no. You're prompting the answers. So if I say, hey, can I give you a bid? The initial option is 50% chance they say no, 50% chance they say yes. If I walk up and I write everything down, I give them, I go, oh, here's your bid. I've gotten rid of that one no. So say in a normal conversation, you say, can I give you a bid? Once they do it down, get everything done. Like, did you want it done once a week? That's a no question. That's not a multiple choice question. If I said, do you want it done once a week or every 2 weeks? Now, I didn't prompt a no. I didn't prompt a yes. I prompted a weekly or biweekly. That's the same concept of this, is that instantly people say no. No is somebody's kind of defense mechanism. It's their, it's what they do instantly to stop. If you call somebody on the phone, telemarketer, somebody comes, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. You didn't even hear what I have, but I'm not interested. No is people's defense mechanism. So just like Joe said, we're set up to clean every 2 weeks. If somebody's still making food or still doing food preparation or they're still just open, I think we should, if you're there, you're being safe, keep cleaning. Because if you keep cleaning, you're not asking them permission. They'll let you know if they don't need you there anymore, right? It's the same thing that Mark Tanner down in Florida was saying with Squeegee Life. Same thing. Just go there and clean. By the way, hi. How are you? Giano. By the way, Giano, remind me again where you're from. I'm so sorry. I want to say Netherlands, but that might not even. Anyway, tell us where you're from, Giano. He's back working again, which some of the countries have really, really opened it up. So is that a 22? I don't know. What can you see? My gun wall is off screen here. I don't know. But yeah, you go there, you demand, you just let them know. You just do things like normal. They will cancel you if they need to. Because here's the thing. Yes, there are a lot of companies that are going to take a big hit, and there's a lot of companies that are very financially secure. If certain things are not draining them and they still have that as a priority, they're going to want that done, just like garbage service. Garbage service, even if the place is doing less work, they still need garbage service. There's a lot of things that they still need that you still have to provide. So don't ever hesitate to do things because your current situation makes you feel or dictates what you think they do. It's the same thing when you go to somebody, you give them a bid and go, hey, for all these services, it's going to be $14,000. In your head, you go, man, that is a lot of money. I would never pay that. You're not your target market. You're not your customer. Your customer is your customer. So, when you bid somebody a window cleaning and their monthly window cleaning is $9,000, which we ran an account like that, $9,000 is a lot of money, but it's a multi-million-dollar complex, tens of millions of dollars a comp. That's what they pride. They want light. They want their employees to be happy. For them, it's nothing. It's just another service. It's the same thing with a lot of these. Don't think of yourself as your target market when you're not your target market. Meant for accounts that you have. Yes. Yeah. You take the work that you still have. New work is tough. I personally would say not even to sell new work right now. There's just so much else on top of you that new work is very tough. Now, if somebody calls you, that's awesome. don't go door to door on the commercial side of things. I don't think that would necessarily be worth it right now. I don't think. By the way, Squeegee B. What's up? Maybe switched over. Belgium. Did I get that right? No, Netherlands. I did have it wrong. Anyway, yes, thank you. No one respond. Pew pew. Yes. By the way, Bobby Walker, one of the nicest guys, the nicest and most intimidating looking guys in the industry. What's up? By the way, just like a lot of, I can't even go to the gym anymore. So I have like some stupid like stretchy bands that I try to work at my desk. It's awful. I don't know if anybody else is like me, but just not being able to get to the gym and doing like my normal routine is terrible. It's terrible. I had to take up running, and I hate running, and ended up hurting myself already running. So whatever. Anyway, all right, doesn't matter. Anyways, hopefully you guys. I just happy that everybody's here again for the morning meeting. I'm gonna get back on schedule. We kind of took a couple weeks off. There was just a lot of scrambling, trying to find our groove, and yeah, I'm going to be back doing these. Thanks for hanging out. Really, I mean, I hope that all this talking and all this kind of, going back and forth really just helps everybody's brain kind of where you're at. But I hope it's all awesome. And I hope you guys are killing it. I hope you're at least seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, by the way. And Joe, Mr. Vega, I am doing fine. Family's healthy. Quarantine is getting to me. Kids are homeschooled. It is a lot, but I'm spending a lot of time in my garage, so getting away from sitting in quiet. And yeah, Steve, man, I tried to order. Somebody had a pair of Bowflex dumbbells for sale on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace for $2,500. Brand new, they're like $500. I think with the stand, they may be $600. But so there's a lot of that. I just have those dumb stretchy bands. They work for now. I didn't want to buy a bunch of equipment and then not use it. I would love to have a Peloton per se, but I know what would happen as soon as this is all done. I'm more of a gym. I have to go to the gym. I have to like go mountain biking. I have to go there because if I do, I focus better. If I'm not, I don't focus. So anyway, thanks for hanging out though, guys. If you haven't heard of it, WCR Nation is the podcast that I do. It is a weekly podcast. We have 149 straight weeks we've done it. So give it a listen. Binge, watch on YouTube. If you want to listen while you're working. Hopefully you guys are back to work. But you haven't heard me say it. That's what it is. And yeah, until next time, guys, we'll be back tomorrow. Me and Alex will be live. So thanks for hanging out. And fingers crossed, everybody's going to start making a killing in about 2 weeks. That's my timing. When it switches over to May, that's when you're going to see things just popping off. So be prepared, be prepared, and get ready for it. It's going to be hopefully pretty awesome. So thanks, guys. Keep your heads up. Stay safe.